Okay, y'all. What have I learned from this situation today of losing $1,100? Somehow, some way, it's gonna come back. Um, I learned that negativity is only as long as you allow it to linger, to last in your life, and you have to relinquish it. I'm just sitting in it, and you have every right to be upset, angry, but after a while, you just like, ain't nothing you can do about it. The money's gone, the person is gone. Ain't really much you can do except deal with it and just take what come with it. And if you truly a godly person, you truly got faith, somehow, some way, miraculously, it'll work out, even despite what has happened. And even though what happened, I'm still gonna be a positive person. I'm still gonna think positive about it because at the end of the day, the money will come back one way or another, and it's gonna come back when I least expect it. But even still, it's a lesson learned. Um, I'm learning that, when it come down to these situations, I'm not gonna wait for nobody. I'm just gonna get it done and just wait and just get it done, and that way it's taken care of. But in the end, like I said, life is what you make it, and with how you go about dealing with it and who you choose to deal with. I'm not gonna be mad at the person. It ain't worth it. But I just know that I'm on my own, and that's just it on that. Some people have help, other people don't. So when people try to come into their world and trying to come in talking about they want to take care of you, it's kind of hard to believe that because every other person you thought was going to do that, they turn around and they don't do what they're supposed to do, but they expect you to bend over backwards and do all of these other things. But like I said, health wise, when it happened and I woke up and the money wasn't there, I was shaking really, really bad. But then I had to ask myself, is this worth me going to the hospital, having a heart attack? The answer is no. It ain't worth that. The money can be replaced. My life can't be replaced. So even though I'm not thrilled about this happening at the worst time, the point is that I'm going to get through it because I know tomorrow will be better. As long as I have, just like I said, tomorrow, as soon as my check hits the bank, the first thing I'm doing is paying my rent. I'll push everything else back to next week. As long as it get paid, that's all that matters. It will get paid, but I'm not going to let it get to me like that. So in the end, things happen. Some things you cannot control. And the one thing I learned is people don't have to do anything for you. People ain't got to care for you. People ain't got to love you. People ain't got to like you. They ain't got to do none of those things they don't want to. But just know, I don't forget things. But it's just one of them things I'm just not going to ask. I'm just going to figure out another way. July, I have two other boxes I got to take back for my job, but I will take them back over the weekend because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have an Uber driver help me to get them to where they need to be. And that's it on that. And like I said, some people may say, shouldn't the person that wasn't there help you out? I'm not even going to ask them to do that. Not going to do it. Like I said, I'll struggle and I'll figure it out. But it's all good. So I'm working through getting some things handled. Because like I said, once next week hits, I'll be fine. Don't get me wrong, I'll be fine next week. But it was just this week that was really the problem because, I had all these different things coming out at one time. And then my paycheck would have replaced that. But that's not how it went. But it will be okay. Because, like I said, I don't plan on buying anything, really. And when I go home, I don't plan on buying nothing unless I have to. I'm not going to spend no money unless I have to and everything. So I should be okay. Because, like I said, I don't plan on buying or spending a lot of money. That's not something I plan to do because I plan on getting my son a couple things, but I do not plan on spending no money. As for my cruise, I'm still gonna go. Still gonna have a great time. Probably just won't buy nothing. But like I said, I may have the money. That's why I said, who knows? I might end up having the money. You never, ever, ever, ever know. So, like I said, there's always a way out of a situation, and you just got to remain calm and just say, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to figure it out. I will figure it out because I can always get a loan and then pay it back until I get situated. I can sell the phone, the phone I have, because this is not the one that I have. I got an extra one. I can always sell the phone. So there's a lot of different options that I have to get the money back. I'm not worried too much about that because it's a brand new phone that really wasn't even barely used. So I can always, you know, get it. But if I had to turn the phone in, I wouldn't have to pay $1,000 and pay $1,000 for this phone. So $2,000 is down $1,000 down the drain. But the good thing is, it's something. Well, actually, I have 3 phones. My old phone's supposed to be sent back, but now it don't even matter at this point. So I have 3 phones. Just in case one break, I have 2 extra phones. But I'm thinking about selling that iPhone and everything, and I might see if one of my friends might want it, or one of my cousins may want it. They may buy it from me and everything. Somebody may decide to buy it outright, and that's fine. But you got to be careful because you don't want to send a phone, and then all of a sudden somebody decided to take their money back. Nah, we ain't doing that. So you got to be very careful. So the person that get the phone is gonna make sure everything on it works properly, so on and so forth. But if I don't sell it, then I'll keep it. And like I said, there's always ways around it. Like I said, I can always take it to a pawn shop and sell it. It's a brand new iPhone, so they can't just give me $200-300 for that phone because that phone is worth way more than that. It's $1,000 phone. And then again, you never know. But like I said, it's all to the good. It is. So, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and stress about something I can't control. I just try to stay calm because, like I said, my life is more important than any of this. And even if it turned out I could not pay my rent, I would just pay the late fee and that would be it. But it would get paid either way. But like I said, I will figure it out. Because I had it on auto pay, so I might turn the auto pay off temporarily. So I'm about to go in there now and just turn off the auto pay. That way they won't automatically take it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pay it. And then I have two things four things that probably will not get paid tomorrow. But we'll see. But if it does, I'll just put the money back. Because like I said, my nephew is sending me some money, so that will work out. And then, I can always, like I said, I'll figure it out. I always do. I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm not going to get upset. It ain't worth it. I got faith that it's going to be okay. Because this is what I mean when I say recovery. I no longer panic about things I just can't control or do anything about. It happened. And I can either sit there, be mad about it, or not be, or just say, you know what? It's quite okay. Because everything else going to get paid. That's what like I said, this won't happen next month. Because I will have the money to pay everything off next month. So I'm about to try to refinance my car and get my car payments a little bit lower because I have the credit for that. Thinking about trying to get another credit card because that credit card will specifically be for my cruise and it will be here. I'm just not going to touch it until I actually decide to use it. My other credit card, I'm going to try to get that one paid off. So, I'm paying that one. So either way it go, if I can get my payments down to 2 something, that would be great because it'll be a whole lot cheaper. It'll be a whole lot cheaper than paying what I'm paying now. So, and then I thought about trading, giving my car back. And then, because I don't go nowhere. So I thought about just giving the car back because I don't really drive it. But like I said, we'll see how everything goes. So there's no point of panicking. I'm just going to remain positive despite the negative thing I just went through and just Luckily, I got food and everything, so.